Hello students, today we'll be discussing about the JEE mains paper that was conducted in 2017. So here onwards we'll be discussing all the 30 questions one by one, the concepts and the tricks to solve the questions of JEE 2017 mains physics paper. Okay. Next, let us move to another question. Question number 20. The question says, in a coil of resistance 100 ohm, current is induced by changing the magnetic flux through it. So the resistance is given 100 ohm and current is induced by changing the magnetic flux, because when you change the magnetic flux, then only current is induced, as shown in figure. The magnitude of change in flux through the coil is. So we are asked to find the change in magnetic flux. The change in magnetic flux is, say, delta phi. So now, if resistance is given and delta phi is asked, we can have a formula that the change in flux is Q divided by the resistance. This formula we can use, Q divided by the resistance. Now you can see that phi, according to Faraday's law, the phi is change in flux d phi by dt is equal to the EMF induced. The EMF induced is I into R. I can write this as I into R. This is Ohm's law, that the EMF will be, the potential difference is I into R. From here, I can write as dq by dt into R. So I can write d phi by dt as dq into R divided by dt. So dt cancels. So from here, the d phi is R into dq. Okay. Now we can find d phi. So R into dq. So this is a multiplication, R into dq. How to find d phi? We can find d phi by finding the change in the charge multiplied by the resistance given. How to find the charge from this? Because this is a right angle triangle, the area under this curve, the area under this is half into, so this is 0.5 and this is 10. This is 0.5 and this is 10. Current is in y-axis, time in x-axis. So the area under this is, area is half base into height. This one 0.5, height is 10. So therefore this is 10 divided by 4. This is the area. Now what does this give? This area gives that when this is I and this is T, we know that I is Q by T. So therefore Q is I into T. So this is basically the charge. Okay, this is basically the change in charge. So this is the change in charge, that is, this is the dq value. So if I substitute this dq value over here and putting the value of R in the given question, the R is 100 ohm. So multiplying this, we have d phi equals to 100 into dq, which is 10 divided by 4. This is 2.5 into 100 is 250, and the unit remains Weber. If you look at the option 250 Weber, so option 3 is the correct answer. This is actually the multiplication of q into r defines q into r. We can multiply it with this. This is given in the formula here. Multiply this. Okay.